Hello and welcome to.
Litter shit.
My name is OhNoHP,
And I
and this
am
is
Astrid Bear.
an anime review podcast where we review some of the latest anime from the current season, watch the first two episodes, and give you our thoughts on what we think about it and if it's worth a watch or not. I know it's been a while since we last uploaded. Sorry about that, but hey, we're back now, and we've got some new fun stuff. For example, we're going to be spinning a wheel to see which anime we're going to watch. And now for that moment, just get straight into it.
Wheel of Hell.
Time to actually, you know what? Just really quickly, before we get into that, how are you doing, by the way?
I am doing quite dandy.
That's awesome.
It's been a fun day. Played some Elden Ring, and now I'm ready to watch whatever the hell, is given to me by this
we got
evil wheel.
15 anime on here. Time to spin the wheel. It is time to spin the wheel. All right, let's see what we get. I'm going to put like a wheel spinning sound here. And we are watching Witch Hat Atelier. I can't say that. Witch Hat Atelier.
Witch Hat Atelier.
Probably pronounced that really poorly. It's actually a high-ranked anime this season, so we're gonna give it our thoughts. It's got great animation,
Witch Hat Atelier.
From what I hear. This is not a bad first. All right, so now we're gonna go and watch this anime, and we'll be back to give you our thoughts. Is that Gojo?
I was about to say the same thing.
Oh, it's Gojo. It's British Gojo.
Do you think the wool comes from a Minecraft sheep as well?
Oh, absolutely. They've got one hooked up to an end rod in the back. So wait, are you saying if I drew a caked up femboy?
Dude, did she just hit the crouch button 8 times?
Yes. Minecraft spam crouching.
Literally.
No Hogwarts?
Where's Dumbledore?
I want to see Ravenclaw.
I'm gonna turn into one of those people that watch Free Run and be like, actually, the demons were the ones that were getting hurt.
Actually, foil went the White Wing Nazi. And now we're back after watching the first two episodes of Witch Hat Atelier. Atelier. That sounds right. And honestly, I was pretty good.
I'm
just like starting out. I enjoyed that. What did you think?
I was surprised. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be Harry Potter, but not great. Because there's so many like these magical girl animes that are just they're okay, right? Or they start off okay or whatever. To be fair, that's like the first 2 episodes, right? They're not that great. This one added a interesting flair. Each character felt unique. They felt memorable, which is also surprising. I felt like everything had depth or thought into it.
Yeah.
Which was really nice. Especially from a storytelling's perspective, right? Like, a lot of animes or things are just too surface level in terms of like the way the story or pacing is going, right? It's like character A does this, so this happens. I don't know how to like put it into words, but it just feels thought out.
They're not. It's like an actual like, written out story. It doesn't exist just for fan service, I guess. For the didn't you see him do magic? Don't this is a really cool trope. You've seen this trope before when he did this thing with the magic. Wasn't that really cool? It's not. It's none of that. It's just like an actual like written out story. If that's what I think you're getting at.
Yeah, that, and I will say, for the first time in voice acting history, outside the main character, except for the main character did actually have moments like this, the crying or the actual emotions portrayed through the voice actors felt actually real, which I can't remember an anime outside maybe Monster, Violet Evergarden.
Yeah.
Or the
it's not forced.
Yeah, it doesn't feel fake. It feels
it's more like normal talking instead of
that.
Deku. It's none of that. It's just like actually kind of normal. I will say, I think you're right on it. It sounds normal, and it's really good voice acting. It is a little funny though, and a little jarring, because there's so many different like English accents used. I guess like the main character, Coco, has just a straight up an American accent, but the wizard guy that she meets is British, just like straight up British. I don't know if he's is an American guy doing a British accent.
Same with
It might be, or it might just be a British dude.
and same with the
But
blue-haired girl and the purple
yeah,
haired one. I will say though, I
but then
don't.
there are a couple other characters that I think one sounds kind of Irish.
Yeah, no, the red.
Didn't she?
Yeah, the red hair. She sounds either like Irish or Welsh. Because she does mock one of the British sounding characters, but like if you just hear her naturally talk, it
Yeah.
doesn't sound like, which is shocking, right?
Yeah. Which before we get ahead of ourselves, we should kind of like give a little small overview. The anime is, I mean, it's about magic. I mean, it says witch. That's pretty straightforward. And not any spoilers or anything, but it's kind of the story of how this girl who really loves magic gets into being a witch's apprentice and learning magic. And that's kind of the setup of the first two episodes, is getting to the school where she learns it and interacting and meeting all the rest of the other girls learning magic. That's just a little rundown. And she's an apprentice to an older witch. And that's another strange thing. The guy who gets her and takes her to the school and is like the headmaster of the school, it's a dude, but he's a witch. It's kind of strange.
I will say though, like despite it also being a school, it's very posh. It's like 4 students to 1 teacher in a house.
Yeah, it's not like
Hogwarts.
Yeah.
It feels like a proper like medieval quote unquote magic though. However, for whoever ends up watching this, and whoever ends up after watching this goes and watches this anime, or you've already watched it before, I would just like to point out that in the opening for the first episode, this woman goes, "Are humans, when they are born, destined to become athletes or even astronauts?" Or however that goes. And then proceeds to take place in a medieval era. It's just funny.
a story.
I know, but it's funny to me
Yeah.
because it's the main character who says this. Like, do you have astronauts in your time period? Like, I know it's not serious. I know it's meant to be like this, kind of how like every book has an introduction or like first quote before the first chapter of the book or whatever. It's doing that. I just think it's really funny that it's the main character. And it's also
the voice actor.
yeah, just not even the same time period. It's funny to me.
Yeah. By the way, let's get this out of the way really quick. Let's talk about the animation, which I think is quite incredible. I mean, I love it. Has this bit where it'll cut when things are being explained. It'll like a backstory where it's doing a cutback or something. It'll have this. Like, what would you call that?
It's just like a storybook opening. Like,
yeah, it's like the pop-up book. It's like a pop-up book style of like where it's like it looks like a book is being opened and that the pop-up is coming out with the art and the animation. And how it's done is like gorgeous. It's like really pretty. What did you think about it?
I mean, as I said before, like, I like it. Animation wise, absolutely amazing. Reminds me of the Kyoto Animation Studio that like did things like Violet Evergarden, in the sense that everything was facial expression wise and body language. Versus most animation studios, I think they nail that stuff. Like when you watch Violet Evergarden, the eyes are immaculate. Like
it's like every scene has like detail, like a ton of detail put into it.
Like, I can't express this enough, though, the way that the eyes were designed. I wanted to say this when we were watching it. I didn't say anything. But they were, like, all the characters' eyes were done so prettily. Like, almost
it's
all
like
of
Violet
them
Evergarden.
Yeah, like, almost all eyes in an anime are, like, facial expressions or little details on a character's
The close-ups are gorgeous.
design. They're just so dull. It's not. It's like Kyoto Animation too, where each of those details are very floaty. There's a lot of animation and give. And kind of to your point with the pop-up book, I love that. It reminds me of the endings to every Spice and Wolf episode where it was like done in a pop-up book style, or like I showed you earlier, kind of reminds me of like if anybody's listening has ever played Resident Evil Village, like the start of that and how it had its backflash was via a pop-up storybook. It's very it it's very like European magicalness, like
Yeah,
really cool. I
it's unique.
adore it.
It's unique. Yeah, I really appreciate it because there are some anime out there where it's like there's tons of obvious budget saving. You have the scenes where it's just a flick back between two characters and the only thing animated is their mouths. This is none of that. It's super expressive. If anyone watching this, if you've seen Dungeon Meshi, it's a lot like that. There's like every scene has care and dedication put into the animation. It's gorgeous. Just it's so pretty.
It's impressive.
So in terms of animation, I'm willing to bet it's probably the best animation of this current season. We still have some more to watch of the current season, but as of right now, with some of the ones I've watched, this is probably like some of the best out there easily. Some of the best animation in general I've seen, like at least like Violet Evergarden level, and that's something to reach. That's really something to reach. What was the next part we're going to talk about? I guess we talk about story.
We could do story,
Yeah, we kind of.
but we kind of already talked about like what it overall is like. Too.
Yeah, like the overall and the story. Like so far, it's interesting. It's got a good like catch. There's something that happens in the first episode towards the end that kind of like in the ending of the first episode is a really good hook. I don't want to give it away, or have to keep if you want to go and watch it. It's a good hook though. It's a really good hook. What was fascinating to me though is how creative the
magic system is.
Yeah, it's a system of drawing, and I think that's pretty interesting. Magic circles have always been a thing, but like a magic system only focused on magic circles is pretty cool. What do you think?
Well, yeah. I've never seen like the only time I've really seen sigils and stuff used was in the now atrocious anime Mishiko Tensei in the later seasons now with that one other girl where she's like learning how to do sigils and things. Like magic signs are always a thing that you see in D&D and stuff like that. And they're not really used a lot. When you really think of a true mage or magician, you think of incantations. The whole sigil thing typically is something that already is there and it's just working. The fact they are having to hand draw this stuff out, it's with a pen, it's with a special type of ink. And then the fact that they're actually getting into the layers of it, and that's the only way to cast magic, that's cool.
But it's a cool idea. I like the idea of the fact that essentially anyone can do the magic. Like it's just like a skill thing. You have to have the ink, the special ink, and then you have to know and understand because it's very mathematic. There's like rhyme and reason to drawing the magic circles, like almost like a writing system. But anyone can do it, and I like that idea because the story reason is that they keep it secret. They have to keep it all secret because anyone can do it, and the fact that anyone can do it is kind of scary if you think about it. And it's a good point. I like that. I really enjoy that because it creates. I could totally see that being used for plot reasons. I mean, it's already being used for plot reasons to begin with, but it's something I could see down the line making the story very interesting.
Yeah.
So overall, it's really cool. And the thing is, like you were mentioning, that you don't see it too much in anime. I've seen it a couple times, but it's never really truly fleshed out or talked about. So having a full like world around it is really cool. Like the only character I can think of is in Black Clover. There's a character where his magic is that he makes traps. He draws magic circle traps on the floor. But it's never really gone into it. Just like, that's something he can do, right? It's never...
Yeah. I was thinking more on the lines of like just magic things you see in general, like looking at, again, something like D&D, it's everywhere, but it's not the main point of magic, right? The main system of magic is the incantation. Same with like something like Elden Ring or, Berserk, stuff like that. There is elements of that, but it's not the main stuff that's like discussed.
You need to get more into Berserk.
I do need to get more into Berserk.
Not getting sidetracked though. I did want to talk about the music. I thought the sound design was pretty good. Like the sound design itself, but like away from the music, like all the sound effects and stuff is phenomenal. Like it's pretty immersive. The music stuff I think is pretty good. I didn't feel like it stood out to me.
The only time I remember the music was the end of episode 1. Obviously, we're not going to spoil that, but the end of episode 1, right? That's the only thing that really stood out to me. Sound design, though, hearing the cracking and everything that happened at the end of episode 1,
like the magic stuff, that stuff was cool.
That was
the sound effects,
or the serpent in episode 2 in the water, that like one of the librarians, right? That was amazing. Like it felt like a big beast in the water. Like
yeah.
They did a good job.
Yeah, but however, the music itself, because there are some anime out there where I'm like, immediately the music design immediately catches me. Anything done by Kevin Penkin, that's Made in Abyss, or
Spice and Wolf.
He also did Apothecary Diaries and Spice and Wolf, or the guy who did the sound design for the Chainsaw Man movie and Silent Voice, or the other guy who did
Free Run,
and
Violet Evergarden.
Yeah. Those guys, it's like it sticks with you. Like the pool scene in Chainsaw Man, I mean that's just an iconic. Or the main theme to Silent Voice, it's iconic. And then anything in Violet Evergarden, it's that type of music. It's just it stands out in the anime. Which is unfortunate for this because I mean, like I said, the animation and everything else is already so peak. The music just kind of being It's not like a big deal. It's not saying that it's bad. It's just like it's not memorable. Right. It's a little sad, but it's not like a killer. It's not like I didn't notice the music. This anime is terrible. But it's a little disappointing, I guess. You could say.
Yeah. I don't fully disagree. That was one thing that I just didn't memorize. I was actually going to bring that up next too, cuz I can't remember any of it. And that's a rarity cuz there is certainly soundtracks like the ones you just mentioned. Instantly recognizable, like without a shadow of a doubt.
Now, some gripes I have, and you kind of shared this with me a little bit. They have Pegasuses. This is like the first thing that pops up is that a Pegasus carriage comes, and the main character Coco, she's super excited. Mom, let me go see the Pegasus carriage. They look so stupid. They look horrendously dumb. The author, I guess, decided, or the person who did the manga decided, you know what? Normal Pegasus, they have their wings on their body. I want to be unique. Let me put them on the head. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for uniqueness, but it looks so stupid having the wings on the head. It's so stupid.
When I'm imagining when they're flying, like, do you know what an alligator looks like when they're in the water, just like floating? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Like, and they're like T-posing up. I'm just imagining. And if any of these viewers haven't seen, if you have not seen what an alligator looks like when they're floating in water, look that up. I'm imagining these Pegasuses, right, so with their head wings floating like that, like hunchback, curled around.
They do the normal fantasy Pegasus thing where they'll like also gallop while they're batting, which I don't. The galloping in air doesn't do anything. It's like counterintuitive, not counterintuitive, but like pointless.
Well, to be fair, Santa Claus
wasting energy.
Santa Claus,
I mean, I get, but it still doesn't make any sense. All right, and that's different because the reindeer don't have wings. They're walking on like fairy dust or something. Why do you have to have wings and run in the air? It's a stupid gripe, but it makes me mad because they look so dumb.
I can't. I genuinely believe they fly like alligators. It's the only way I can picture them. It's got to be the only way.
If they did it like that, it would be funny. But it's the fantasy creatures where they just take something that already exists and kind of make it more dumb. I have the same gripe in Mushoku Tensei. There is essentially the author just took a squirrel and gave it wings and stuck it in there. And I hate the thing as well because I'm like, that's so dumb. If you're gonna do fantasy creatures, make something unique, not I just take a Pegasus and I move its wings up a little bit. Dumb gripe. It's nitpicky. I know it is. It just pisses me off a little bit.
The only thing I will say I'm super glad about is the main character not being overly Deku-like in the sense of, oh wow, look at the world.
It's not a shonen.
Yeah.
It's not a shonen. You're not gonna get that. Which thankfully, I mean, she's a little quirky, but
Well, yeah, but
I
like
don't
it's in
mind
an
it.
anime sense where it's like you reminds you of Made in Abyss or whatever. It's like average, and all the other
Yeah.
characters are normal and tone it down significantly, right? Like there's one thing that made me really happy, and I could not stop thinking about this, and it's what is his name? The author of Caroline,
It's Coraline.
who wrote Coraline? Hold 2 seconds. Author of Coraline. The reason why I'm bringing this up, Neil Gaiman. That's right. Neil Gaiman, when he wrote Coraline is one of the most obnoxious things I have ever read. It is my favorite Halloween
Yeah, I
film.
remember you telling me
It
that
is my
when you
favorite
were
Halloween
reading
movie, except for the way he writes Coraline is literally that of a child. It is meant to be obnoxious. It is written in a way
Yeah.
that it is so in
Yeah.
your face.
I
And
get your point.
that's the way she is. And I can't stop thinking, wow,
Yeah.
she feels like a kid. She acts
Yeah.
like a kid.
'Cause
She's
sometimes
immature.
it's forced. Sometimes it's forced. Like, the most annoying main character I've ever had to deal with is Asta from Black Clover. Like, they're trying to do, like, he's, like, really bubbly. He was trying to be, like, a Naruto clone. But he is so annoying.
But my point to it is the way that it is done on purpose for both something like Coraline and this,
Yeah.
it works
It's not overbearing.
so in tangent and fits the character. Like, the character feels unique versus
It's
everything
not unbearable.
else. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not unbearable. It's like she's annoying, but it's more of it's less of the like, oh, this is bothering watching and listening to this. It's more of like, oh, she's just an annoying little kid. Yeah. It's not like some anime where the main character is so annoying that it makes you think, I kind of want to turn this off or like turn it down or mute it because I don't want to listen to this.
Or you're like,
it's not like that.
Or you're like cringing and you want to turn away. Like,
yeah,
it does it well. And when she's sad, it
Yeah.
feels like realistic crying instead of the. I don't even know what half a shonen does. Honestly,
good use of emotion. Like, you have your anime moments you do where it's like really loud and annoying, but the like serious moments are good. It's good. A good tone usage. Very good tone usage. Very aware of the tone and what's needed.
Outside that, I don't know if I have much else to say. Well done.
It's not very many gripes I could come up with. Like, it's very intriguing. I already want to watch more of it. Really. It's good. And I'm happy for the anime genre in general because we keep getting more of these like actual fantasy. Because there was a while there where it's like any fantasy that would come out, it's just an isekai.
And it wasn't even good either. Like, I've never.
Sorry for you isekai enjoyers out there. I've watched a lot of isekai. Hot take: ReZero's the only good one. Maybe Konosuba, maybe.
Konosuba was so good.
But in general, I'm happy with just seeing straight fantasy. Oh, I die and I reincarnate in another world. And it's really cool and quirky and every woman wants me really badly. None of that. Just straight up regular fantasy writing. I love it. I'm so happy for it. I'm so excited. We had Dungeon Meshi. We had... There's a bunch of others I can name off the... I just can't think of them right now. But seeing stuff like this is so... It's just... Joy to my heart.
Yeah. It's nice. I'm happy.
Yeah.
And I was shocked because I have never even heard of this thing. Like, manga... probably it's a light novel, honestly.
Yeah, I
with the
heard
way
about it
it's
a little
written.
bit. I've seen it in some bookstores. And I saw people hyping it up before it came out. Like, oh, this one's going to be really good. And it was. Like, it was done very well. The people who got, whichever studio got a handle of the IP, the title, whatever you call it, the rights, they did a good job. And I'm happy about that.
Yeah. I gotta keep back up, I've not watched anime in forever. The only one I've been watching at like the pace of a turtle has been Monster. But outside that, I don't have much else to add other than I want to acknowledge the fact that for some reason when we disappeared, like, I don't know how many people ended up watching this podcast stuff. Like,
I think it had like 100 something
ridiculous
downloads or something.
And then
Crazy.
somebody from Germany commented, which that was like
Yeah.
the real spark. And if you're watching, by the way, hello, We 100%
I hope you
recognize
tuned
you.
in again. You're part of the reason why we're recording this episode.
We were
Yes, I-
we were kind of doing our own thing because we're living our lives, doing school, doing life, and HP here kind of looks at it and is like, "You're not gonna believe this." I'm like, "What?" And then now we're here again. So
yeah. I'm honestly, I enjoy doing this, and I think we're in a better spot to do it.
110%, yeah, because
Yeah.
college applications and all that
Yeah.
are done, and now we're in college.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I say we have a final verdict here.
Yeah, it's lit. It's not shit.
It's lit. It's lit. Just lit all the way. This is absolutely worth a watch. If you had any doubts about this, don't go into it. Go watch it. Trust us. It's really good. And yeah, that's it. Anyways, you can catch Astrid Bear here on his YouTube channel or any other socials. We'll probably link them. You can catch me. I'm OhNoHP. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitch. I stream sometimes. I upload when I feel like it. He uploads when he feels like it. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Hopefully, we'll have time to record one next week, and you'll see one next week. But that is the end of the podcast. Any final words?
Nope.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see you guys next week. That is the end of the podcast.
Bye-bye.